The opinions expressed by the host of the show are his and his only, but we do hope you agree with those. And remember, past performance does not guarantee future results.
We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will defy explanation.
Welcome to another edition of Hobby Quick Hits. Once again, I'm still your host, John Newman. Today's episode pertains to selling cards and being made to feel guilty about your selling cards. Right now we got a thing in this hobby, folks. Not just on card selling, but a lot of people like to put labels on each other and kind of take pot shots and pick. And, we got people clearing out the shelves at Target and Walmart and flipping. And, we've heard the term new money, which I'm not a fan of, and investors, flippers. And if you know anything about me or my stance or my shows, I believe this hobby is big enough for everybody. And we got to quit taking shots from the sniper towers when someone does something that isn't exactly what we do. This hobby is vast. It's worldwide. It's not nationwide. It's worldwide. It's going on across many, many countries across the world, including here in the great United States of America. And we need to do a better job, not only being welcoming to new folks for whatever their angle is, and just quit being rude to each other, to be direct. I mean, I think it's insane. Whatever your angle is of collecting, buying, or selling, the more people involved, truthfully, the better the hobby's going to thrive. If you're a buyer, the more people involved, you're going to have more opportunities to purchase stuff. There are more people who have the stuff. If you're a seller, you have more people to sell it to. If you're a collector, you have more ways to obtain product or make trades or deals, if that's your MO of acquiring cards, and in many cases there are. And if someone who buys something on Monday and flips it on Tuesday, that bothers you. I don't know why that bothers you. How does that really affect you? Short of, and listen, I'll put myself in this category. When I go to Walmart and Target, like a lot of people in this hobby, I'll look on the shelves and see if anything's stocked. Did I time my luck right, so to speak? And not been good in that category in 2020. 2019, I did very well with finding Prism and Optic and other brands that were selling higher on the secondary market. And maybe people won't agree with what I'm about to say, but I'll tell. Actually, this recently happened. A couple weeks ago, I went to Walmart. And I actually didn't go to Walmart for cards. I went to Walmart for some household stuff. But obviously, I'm in Walmart. I'm going to check the card aisle, and there was a lady there, a shopper, and she had. They must have recently brought in Optic basketball again, and she had the display case of it with all the blasters and cellos. And you know what she said to me? True story. She said, I don't know much about this stuff, but I know if I buy it for what they're selling for here, I can turn around and probably double, triple my money. And so here you have a lady who doesn't know the hobby, other than the fact she knows somehow, some way, that product is going to net her 2 or 3 times of what she's going to go through the Walmart checkout and pay for. And so she's going to buy it and flip it and make some money. Someone else in my spot would maybe get mad and say, man, this lady doesn't even partake in the hobby. She's just a capitalist, or just going to flip it and make some money, and not a true collector, and all the other terms you say, right? And I say, and listen, I would have bought that display case too, truth be known. She got there first. To the victor goes the spoils. I got a chuckle out of it. I don't get mad. That's life. Last year I got there first every once in a while. Not all the time. But sometimes, and this year, not so hot, right? Not so lucky. And that's how the ball bounces, right? That's how the cookie crumbles. I'm running out of cliches there, but you get the general idea. And it's free enterprise. This is America. You can buy, what you want if you get to it first on the shelf, and whether she knows, Zion Williamson or John Morant or Kobe White, it doesn't matter. She knows that, hey, I can buy this for $20 and sell it for $100 or whatever, $60. She said 2 or 3 times, so she might be in for a nicer surprise than she thinks. But she knows enough to purchase that and sell it. Why do we as a hobby frown on that? Yes, I get the whole thing. You're disappointed it wasn't you. I get it. I was disappointed I didn't get that display case too. Truth, again, full disclosure. But she did. I didn't. It's not the end of the world. I'm not making my living off of that. I have a real job. Cards are definitely a side business and doing very well this season, this year. But why do we like to point fingers and blame? And I hear people saying that person's the reason stuff is so expensive, and it's not one person to blame. If you're saying that stuff's out of control price wise, and I'm not saying I'm not one of those people. I think it is crazy price rise. Truth be told, I've taken advantage of that situation, as I'm a free market capitalist, and so you adapt and survive. And so I've sold stuff because they're bringing 3, 4, 5 times what I paid for. That's just being smart. You don't have to call me a name or what are you doing or you're a jerk or you're what's wrong with the hobby. No, I'm not. I'm transacting in a hobby. I'm keeping this hobby flowing with transact. I'm buying and I'm selling. I'm keeping transactions in the hobby. And so I don't know where all this angst came. I think some of it's the pandemic. I think with the pandemic, people got cabin fever. They're starting to get grumpy, irritable, and they're looking to go after somebody. And, cabin fever setting in, and we like to, when we get grumpy, it's never, we don't look inwardly like, why am I unhappy, right? It's always got to be someone else's fault. Where is the accountability? You know what I mean? I'm an accountable person. If I'm not feeling great about something, I look within first, and then we go outward. But a lot of people are just finger pointers, right? They take no accountability for their own issues or concerns. It's always got to be someone else's fault. I'm in this position because of this person or this person, and if they didn't do that, and they didn't, and I, or they did that and they didn't do that, I wouldn't be where I am today, right? Instead of going out there and making things happen yourself. And another thing we're at, not just hobby wise, but I think in general, but I'll speak on hobby terms, is some people resent other people's success. Some people don't want to see you succeed or you be happy, right? Some people do, I hope. In my case, I have a wonderful family and a lot of good friends that generally care about me and want me to do well. They'll ask how the show's going. They're not even in the hobby. They just care about me. Hey, John, how's the show's going? Still going good? Who'd you have on? And I'll tell them, and they don't know who that person is. I have to explain it to them. But it's still a great conversation, and what it shows me is they really care about me and the things I care about. And we're losing some of that. I don't know if it's due to the pandemic. I don't know if people are just jealous by nature. Now it's just starting to rear its ugly head more so because of kind of being quarantined and sheltered in place. But that support, and you go, and good job and congratulations, and I've seen it. I've seen it as a varsity football and baseball coach, right? I've played baseball since the age of 5. I still play competitive softball, right? When I first started playing baseball, true story, I was terrible. Terrible. First year of non T-ball where it was kid pitch. This is a true story. I did not. I swung at one pitch all year. I just took. I either got hit by a pitch, struck out, or I walked. And after every, there were support. There were parents in the stands. Come on, John, you can do it. You can do it, right? And I never swung the bat. It was like the last game, and my grandfather was like, my grandfather's probably my toughest critic. Like, why don't you try to swing the bat, And so a pitch came, and I swung the bat, and I hit a foul ball backwards over the backstop, and the roar from the parents. And it wasn't in jest. I mean, they were so proud that I tried, and they supported. And after every game, whether I struck out 2 times and walked 2 times, struck out 3 times and walked once because I didn't swing, I got all the parents saying, hey, good job, John. Good, come on, we'll get him next time, sort of thing. Very supportive. If that was me today, just to tell you how the world has changed and how people was changed, and I've heard this as a coach, even at the high school varsity level, I've heard parents criticize kids. Oh, that kid sucks. He shouldn't be playing. I mean, this is out loud where coaches can hear other parents. I've seen situations where parents actually went at each other because the one parent's basically saying how the other parent's kid is terrible and shouldn't be playing as much. And that's the difference. Like, I grew up in an era where everyone was at a boy, get him next time. It's okay. Don't worry about it, kid. Dust yourself off. And now we're in this, like, everyone steps on each other's heads to get to the next level. There's no etiquette. There's no morals. There's no who cares what the other person thinks. And it's getting like that in the hobby where, if someone posts how they did on a transaction, they did very well. Some of the comments are underhanded and, just not very supportive. And it's sad to see where we're going, not only as a hobby, just like that, and just as a society. And, I think, man, if I was that kid in today's era where I didn't swing that bat that first year, became quite a ball player, folks. You never know that first year of non-coach T-ball pitch, what I would turn out to be. There'd be a lot of surprised parents. But, if I was that ball player that year in today's day and age, I'd have parents screaming at me, swing the bat, you little brat. Come on, man, swing it. What are you scared of? I'd be very, very brutal, very ruthless, and I probably would not play and never turn out to wind up being the ball player I did turn out to be. And it's like that too in a hobby. It's like people just enjoy cutting other people down. Why? I mean, one of the things I just comes to mind is, some people feel better about themselves when they cut someone else down. It's that old, I'll build myself up by making someone else feel like a piece of crap, right? Really bad rationale, but some people use that mantra or follow that philosophy. Makes them feel better about themselves, right? And other people are just, I think another thing, I think some people are just miserable by nature. They wake up and they're grumpy, miserable, and you know what? I'm going to try to make as many other people miserable and be in my boat with me rowing, right? And you know what I've learned to do, especially in the last probably 5 to 8 years, and I attribute this more to my coaching side than my hobby side, even though I've been in the hobby side a lot longer than coaching. I just block out that noise. You're not going to change that person. You're not going to change their mind. And if you react to them, you've let them win. You've let them win. That's what they want. When someone's critical of you, they want you to respond. They want to get a rise out of you, right? And so I just don't take that bait no more. I just keep my eyes on the prize. I know it's a terrible cliche. I just keep grinding, doing what I need to do. I really, you hear me say on my shows, I want your feedback. Let me know what you like and you don't like. And that's all 100% truthful and genuine. And so I just said it again here. And by all means, let me know what you like, don't like on any of the shows that I do. And that's truthful. But there comes a caveat too. It's nothing I'm going to lose sleep over. The ultimate opinion that matters to me, that trumps them all, is going to be my family and closest friends. My wife, my son, even my mother-in-law, my friends who really are close friends and care and are concerned about me. Those opinions are just so much higher on that totem pole. And that's how it should be for you. That you just do the best thing do the best you can and worry about those people, because frankly, the other people that are on the outside of that, some people just resent success. It's very true. I've seen it firsthand. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen it firsthand in sports, and I've seen it firsthand in the hobby. I've seen it firsthand even with the podcasting side. Truth be told, some people just resent success. They're jealous. Maybe sometimes they don't even always say things. It's their actions speak louder than words. I'm a pretty keen guy. I can read between the lines on a lot of things and know kind of where I might stand in someone's mind. And it doesn't bother me anymore. 6-7 years ago, it probably would have bothered me. Now I sort of wear it like a badge of honor. Because my grandfather used to say to me, who I was raised by my grandparents, he used to say to me, Johnny, if people are talking about you or a little bit, got angst toward you, you're probably doing something right. There might be a little jealousy there. Keep doing what you're doing and don't worry about it. And now when I was 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 and heard that, I didn't think too much about it. I didn't grasp the full concept of it. But as an adult, it definitely hits home, and I know where he was going and what he meant. And that's my advice to you, is just do what you do. Be a good person. If someone's not a good person, that's a them problem. They're probably just a very unhappy, angst-ridden person. Maybe they got some problems at home, and rather than try to get those resolved and do the protocols to try to fix those things internally, it's just a lot easier to cut you down, pick on you, try to make you feel terrible. And if you respond and give in to those folks, you let them win. And I've learned, it took me a while. I don't want to, brag like I've done it from the start. It took me a while, but I've learned over years of trial and error that the best thing you can do is smile at them and keep grinding, keep working, and keep whatever's making them mad. If they're jealous of success or you're doing well, whether that's a podcast, whether that's financially, whether that's athletically, keep doing it. Keep doing it, and kill them with a smile and kill them with the success. And that's the best thing you can do. Don't respond. Don't give them the rise that they're pushing buttons for, because then they win. And I want you to win. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this up. I want to just say in closing, be good to each other. Support each other in the hobby, even if someone's doing something that's not your thing. You're a set collector and they're buying stuff on Monday to sell on Thursday. Not a big deal. That's their thing. That you're doing your thing. Let's just all be nice to each other in this hobby as best we can. Let's welcome new people in this hobby. If you enjoy this show, and I hope you do, give us a nice rating on Apple, iTunes, or wherever else you listen to the platform. We'll call it a show right there. Enjoy the hobby in any fashion and way you like, as long as it's legal and above board. And we'll see you on Hobby Quick Hits next time. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. They have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on various platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's easy. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.